A Day on the Focus with Anne. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another exciting Day on the Focus. Today is January 31st, and let's dive into some historical highlights. Some serious, some seriously weird. First up, way back in 314 AD, Pope Sylvester I took the reins. Imagine the paperwork. Then, fast forward a bit to 1208. Sweden's having a royal rumble, the Battle of Lena. Prince Eric wins, snagging the crown as Eric X. Sounds like a pretty dramatic Monday morning commute, right? Touchiness. 1266 brings us to some serious siege action in Murcia, Spain. After a month-long standoff, the Mudéjar folks surrendered to James I of Aragon. Hopefully, they got at least some decent tapas during the siege. The 16th century is packed. 1504 sees the Treaty of Lyon ending an Italian war. France gets the northern part of Italy, and Spain scores Naples. Sounds like a pretty good deal for both, but a few years later, in 1578, the Battle of Gembloux. Spanish forces, led by Don John of Austria, trounce a massive rebel army. Talk about a historical whoopsie for the rebels. 1606? Yikes. The gunpowder plot's aftermath, Gus. Guy Fawkes and pals meet their end. A very unpleasant end involving hanging, drawing, and quartering. Not a fun date night, that's for sure. Jumping ahead to 1703, we've got the 47 Ronin avenging their master's death. Talk about loyalty. They were pretty hardcore in their quest for revenge, Then, a big leap to 1865. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery in the U.S. A monumental day, finally. However, the same day, Confederate General Robert E. Lee gets promoted to be General-in-Chief of all Confederate armies. Seems like a strange day of progress and setbacks. And let's not forget 1915, the year Germany first used poison gas in World War I. Brutal. It was at the Battle of Balimo, and it changed the face of warfare forever. Not exactly a fun fact. And now for a little lighter fare, 1961. Project Mercury sends a chimp named Ham into space. Ham the astronaut. Way to go, Ham. Finally, we end our historical review with the 1988 Super Bowl, where Doug Williams becomes the first African-American quarterback to win the big game. So there you have it. January 31st, a day filled with battles, treaties, betrayals, and breakthroughs. Now for a little story. Imagine a time-traveling tourist, let's call him Carlos, who lands in Murcia, 1266, right in the middle of that month-long siege. He's expecting tapas, but instead finds himself dodging catapults and medieval weaponry. He accidentally stumbles upon the surrender negotiations, and thinking the king is offering free tapas for all, he shouts it to the crowd. The rebels, thinking it's a clever ruse by King James, take a look around in confusion, thinking, "Did I just hear the offer for free food?" Quote, "Then surrender, or bless." Carlos, meanwhile, is whisked away by confused soldiers. Then he finds himself transported again, this time to the Super Bowl of 1988, where he accidentally sits in Doug Williams' seat. Williams mistakes him for a team member, takes advice from the time traveler, and wins the game. So there you have it, folks, the incredible power of a misplaced historical tourist and how a craving for free tapas can change history. That's all for today's A Day on the Focus. Until tomorrow, stay curious.